Welcome everybody to BGSE Network. This is your boy A. Reed, man, host of the Money Man Cave. We represent. I got the one and only, the great Big Game James in the mix with me. And y'all know how we do it, man. Appreciate each and everybody tuning in, kicking it with us. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell, all of that good stuff. You are now kicking it in the Monday Man Cave for MCSP Radio and BGSC Network, y'all. And we've got a damn good show right here ahead of us, man. Supposed to have a special guest, but if he does a show, he does a show. But we ain't tripping. We're going to keep it going like we always do. You ready, Big Game?
Yes, sir. We're going to keep this train moving, baby.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Swagger pimp, yeah. Can't now another nigga like me. Yeah. Okay, it goes 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rocking. It's time for hip hop. On they reach watch, no sir, not for show. No bars made up of fairy tales. I'm trying for the tragedy, I know it well. So put your hands up in the air just for the winners. A peace sign of pimps, the prostitutes, the sinners. We all deserve a second chance, but we products of illusion and victims of our own circumstance. Apply the pressure, I bet you can. Live the life that you love, shout out to Rand. Love the life that you live, shout out again. It ain't a tough pill to swallow once you comprehend.
Yeah. So y'all are kicking it in the Monday Man Cave. Y'all know how we do it. Again, I'm your host, the musicologist. How you read. You can see right there. Y'all can follow me on the Twitter, on the IG, all of that good stuff. Big Game James over here to my side. The man, the myth, the legend. What's up, Big Game, man?
Man, Reed, I am chilling, and my summer has officially come to an end. Brother is headed back to work. Well, actually, I started back this past week. Kids come back on Wednesday. It's time to get after it again, baby.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, man. I hear you. Shout out to everybody that's they summertime is ending and it's time to get on back to it. Hey, man, it's time to make that money. Time to make that money, man. But for all the school teachers out there, man, my brother, he's a school teacher. My dad, he's a retired school teacher. They put in their work. And I'm telling you, school is not what it used to be from what it was back in the day. These new age kids, man, I don't know if it's babies raising babies. I don't know what it is, but these kids nowadays they've got issues, man. Pray for them, I pray for them, but Lord Jesus, they got some serious issues. And so, I got to give it to everybody that's a teacher out there that has to deal with these guys, with these kids, because they just doing the most. They doing shit like stuff that we wouldn't even think of doing back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Not even close. And like for what they think is important, man. Shout out to all the teachers out there, man. I got it good because I'm on the coaching side, and so I build a little bit different relationship than some of the classroom teachers do with them. But just even trying to teach them how to be great young men and future leaders and great thinkers, man. It's funny. I mean, you just sit back and you laugh at it, but I love when I see the ones that I thought was going to have a hard time come back later on, and they done did the damn thing, man, and did something with their lives, and some of them even giving back in education. Ran into a young lady that is now teaching. That was in middle school, my first year teaching, and she's going into her first year of being an educator. I just thought that was amazing.
It's good, man. And sometimes it's nice to see it go full circle.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it is nice. So again, man, shout out to every single teacher. My brother, I know he's out there having to deal with those kids and stuff like that. Prayers. Y'all got my prayers because I know it's another year of having to deal with who knows what. I always got a story to tell, man. So again, my prayers out there to the families, to the kids, to the teachers, and everybody that is within that teaching realm. A lot of stuff to talk about, man, here today on the Monday Man Cave. And again, I'm glad that you people are joining us. The Hall of Fame game happened. What I want to say was that last week.
Last Thursday. Last
Last
Thursday was the
Thursday.
Hall of Fame game kickoff, man. Yeah.
Yes, man. So officially, y'all, officially, that's kind of like the start of letting you know that the football season is technically here. It's technically here. But they have the Hall of Fame game. All the teams are still in the training camps doing whatever they need to do. And I believe like the first preseason games don't start until September, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you mean the first regular season game?
No, I'm talking about like these preseason games.
No, the first preseason game that was the Hall of Fame game was last Thursday. The rest of them start playing this Friday.
So it'll be this Friday. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's rolling now, baby.
Yeah.
The next 3 weeks, we gonna see some football, whether it be vanilla or not. There's gonna be some football on TV.
Well, the next 3 weeks, you're gonna be seeing guys who are trying to make those last roster spots.
Yeah, man, them journeymen that your big games of the world, who they say don't have a chance, and then go shock the world, baby.
Come on now, big game, man. Big game, you was already on the squad, bro. You ain't gotta put that out there.
Hey, Reed, I didn't know nothing, dog. I went out there like my life was on the line. Like, like they had a gun to somebody in my family head, like, look, dog, it's it. Hey, shit, I left nothing to chance. They had to keep me after that preseason.
I feel you though. I feel you. Gotta make the most of your opportunity, man. Make the most of the opportunity.
Young boys out there grinding it out, man.
Yeah, man. You really don't see a lot of the first teamers. You see, you mostly see the second string guys go out there. Usually, what I'm saying, get their reps. The thirds and the fourths come around. You really not gonna see your top guns, your day one guys out there in the mix because they want to kind of prevent them guys from getting injured and stuff like that. Anything as far as these games go, big game, these preseason. Is there anything in particular that you look for? You know how we are when it comes to football season. This is like our favorite time of the year. We get deep into it and whatnot. What is it about the preseason that probably stands out the most to you, or what do you look for in the preseason?
I'm not gonna lie, Reed. When I look at it, I honestly like looking to see. I like the third preseason game where your starters get a little bit more work. Well, now I think it's the second preseason game because there's only 3 preseason games now instead of 4 and 5. But I like that one game where you pretty much get that dress rehearsal of your ones getting a little bit more playing time. And then I honestly like to see how those next up guys come out and play. And I like to evaluate my team's depth. You know what I'm saying? Because for the most part, like I know what the starters can do. And if, they're going into another year where they had a great offseason, they worked out and they did the things they were supposed to do, they're going to come in ready to play. It's those bubble guys that are looking to break out, get into the rotation, start making a name for themselves, are the ones that I want to try to see. Also, like in Tampa, we got a new offensive coordinator. So when I get a chance to watch Tampa play, I want to look to see how that offense is gelling and looking. And, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give Jay Styles no ammunition. But the word out of Tampa is Baker Mayfield is playing like holy hell in practice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so I was going to ask you about that too.
That's not a good sign, but with new offensive coordinators and new people, new pieces, like Brady's gone. You got Mike Evans, you got Godwin, you got Russell Gage, you got these good receivers, man. And so now who's going to get in the ball? Can it be Kyle Trask? Can it be Baker Mayfield? But the bad thing is, how much are they going to play these guys? Can Dave Canales' system get it done? Can Rashad White carry the load with, the couple pieces he has behind him at running back? Or do we go key one of those veteran free agents? Like, do we try to get in the Jonathan Taylor sweepstakes with the trade from Indy? I doubt it highly. But, you question things. Or do we try to get Ezekiel Elliott maybe to come in for a veteran minimum to be that ground and pound between the tackles back to take some of the pressure off of Rashad White, who's only going into a second season? It's just things like that, man, that, I try to analyze and peep out and, see what big game would do a big game with the coach.
I would want to see Zeke go to a situation where he would probably get a chance What's up, Wallace? Appreciate you joining in, brother. Yeah, I would like to see Zeke, actually get a chance to, probably get further than, the first round, you know, how he's been
Yeah.
doing with the Cowboys.
And I'm not even looking at it from a playoff standpoint for Zeke. I still believe he's got something left in the tank.
Me too.
I believe there's something that Zeke offers that Tampa, and this is the thing for me, and I know this. Our defense, I think, will be okay. We've got to run the ball to take the pressure off of both of those young quarterbacks. And, Keyshawn Vaughn is still a good running back. He did good things when he come in. He didn't get a lot of playing time when Fournette got there and then play a lot last year besides special teams, but he is a good running back. And then we got Drake, who I think was last with the Arizona Cardinals, and who was with Miami before that. So, a good versatile back that can mix it up, help us out a little bit. But, I just feel like we're a piece away. And if Baker is throwing the ball as bad as my boy said he is in practice right now, we have really got to establish a running game and become a run dominant team to help that clock go. And that's not today's game. We see what's going on with the NFL running back, right, Reed?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Utter disrespect, in my opinion. Utter disrespect. I'm gonna throw out a name. And you tell me how you feel. Carson Wentz.
What about?
Would you pick him up?
Tampa?
Yeah.
Nah, I roll with what we got, bro. Because I still believe Kyle Trask hasn't had a legit shot to see what he can do, and he was a second-round draft pick. So you're a second-round draft pick the year Tom Brady joins the team. You're not about to beat Brady out. You're not about to get those first-team reps. Trask has looked better, I heard, in practice, but because Baker Mayfield, I think, is that former number one draft pick, that's the name that comes up, and that's a story that people want to make in Tampa when it comes to the Buccaneers. Not to say that Trask doesn't really have a chance, but everyone's like, well, Kyle Trask hasn't played. You name me another quarterback that was going to go beat out Tom Brady, fool. Tell me, I'm waiting.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
real talk.
It wasn't going to happen. He wasn't going to beat out Tom Brady. He wasn't going to play in front of Tom Brady. And at that position, the only way to get better is to get the reps. Now is the time that they're going to have to give him those reps. And I think they're letting Baker Mayfield, they're giving him enough rope to maybe hang himself with.
I think Baker Mayfield is another Johnny Manziel. Another Johnny Manziel story. No. I'm saying another. I think he's better, but I think it's another story, like another Johnny Manziel.
Okay. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They giving him a chance. You know what I'm saying? To like you just said, to hang himself if he does. Let's give him a shot. Let's see what Baker can do. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if he's gonna rise to the occasion, because that's gonna be a story if he rises to the occasion. And if he falls, that's going to be a hell of a story that we can sit there and put out. He fell from grace. You know what I'm saying? Now, who used to be a starter in Cleveland, now he's over here in Tampa Bay and can't even do, what he used to do. So,
Reed, I just said that with Carson Wentz. Wentz doesn't even believe in himself, I don't think. I think he lost all confidence in Washington last year. I just think, was he in there? No.
He was in Washington.
He was in Washington. I'm starting to lose where that fool goes.
I think he's lost a lot of that since the Philly thing, since Philadelphia.
Yeah, it started there for sure.
I think since him getting hurt and homeboy coming in and winning the Super Bowl, because when you really look at it, I mean, he was actually having one hell of a season before he got hurt. He really was.
That.
You know what I'm saying?
Can't argue that at all.
And Nick Foles comes in and he wins the Super Bowl with him. Then after that, it's like, well, they're gonna roll with Nick Foles. So, they push him out the way. I believe he goes to what? Doesn't he go to Indianapolis? Doesn't work over there.
With Indianapolis, didn't work out there.
Goes to Washington. Doesn't work out there. Like,
They say Sam Howell ends up the starting quarterback. It's just goddamn.
Yeah, I can see that, man. I can see that. But this Hall of Fame game, we had the Cleveland Browns, we had the New York Jets. Even to speak on that, man, a lot of great names that did go into the Hall of Fame this year. Darrell Revis, Zach Thomas, DeMarcus Ware, just name a few. Your boy Rondé. I know you played with
Rondé. Had something from a man.
Yeah. I was kind of happy about that. Is Tiki in? Did Tiki make it?
No. And it's funny. Everybody says that. Like once you hear Rondé name, like, did Tiki get into? Like, no. And I think it's gonna be a harder road for Tiki Barber to get in there. Not that he didn't deserve it, he didn't have a good career, but them Hall of Fame running back numbers, he might get in, but it's gonna be a while, I think.
But Tiki wasn't with the squad when they won them 2 championships, bro.
Tiki was with
he was with the Giants.
Man, you about to make me go to the polls and see.
Because I'm thinking like they had like Brandon Jacobs in the backfield then, if I'm not mistaken.
Barber.
Man, check that for me, man. I mean, because if Tiki was on the squad, then more than likely Tiki should want to get in. That would kind of be messed up, bro. That'd be real messed up. In my opinion, that would kind of be messed up. Good old Gatorade.
Tiki Barber played in 1 game in the Super Bowl in his career. It says, let me see something. I didn't say playing, I said win.
Oh, Wallace came up with it. No, Tiki wasn't with the New York Giants then. Ugh.
They said he played in one that they lost, I guess, but didn't win one. So yeah, I guess he was, Brandon. Oh well, but this is my thing. Even if he won it, that don't. So you saying winning the Super Bowl gets you that yellow jacket?
Winning the Super Bowl and put you in there. Okay. Do you believe that Eli Manning is that great?
Hell no.
He's not better than Peyton.
I wouldn't say Eli deserved to get in the damn Hall of Fame either.
But he's gonna get in the Hall of Fame. And you know this.
Man.
You know this.
I mean, I can't argue with you on that, but I can say what that little boy saying all the memes in the cliff. Bullshit.
I'm just saying.
Man. So if Eli's not eligible yet, has it been 5 years since he's retired? He definitely better not be no first ballot Hall of Famer if he get in.
Come on, man.
Come on, big game. Eli need to make it like on the legendary.
Come on, big game. You know, because of that Manning name. You know damn sure. Tiki stats. He had 10,449 rushing yards, average 4.7 a carry, 55 touchdowns, 586 receptions, 5,183 receiving yards, and 12 receiving touchdowns.
Great career. They just can't give out yellow jackets to everybody, bro.
And like, I agree.
Compare that to Marshall Faulk.
I agree. I do agree with you. I do agree with you. You know, it's more like they would be putting Tiki in just cause. You see what I'm saying? On a just cause tip. Your brother made it. We go ahead and slide you in there.
Tampa. Well, who was Tiki with then? With the Raiders? Because Tiki couldn't have played if he was the Giants against Tampa in the Super Bowl.
Wallace, I beg to differ.
Wallace, I feel you. He better not get in on no first ballot, dog. He don't deserve no first
ballot. I agree that he shouldn't, but I beg to differ. I just feel like they gonna do it, man. So you see how you scratch your head? Everybody scratches their head when it comes to Eli. Everybody
because it's just so frustrating to think that there's so many other people that have had to wait so long that have got passed up. Some people have passed away and their kids have to accept it for them and make that speech for them. And somebody like, I'm not saying Eli may not deserve to get in on somebody's vote one, but it should not be now. I don't see it, or when he's eligible, first time.
2-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, 4-time Pro Bowler. They retired his number.
And hey man, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Does he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
Does he?
No. Hell, you don't give me no
Super Bowl shouldn't necessarily a Super Bowl shouldn't necessarily constitute a Hall of Fame.
That's just like they try to justify your goatness on Super Bowl wins, and that doesn't always equate, especially in the NFL. It's so hard. You see teams get there and never get back again.
Mm-hmm. 8,119 passing attempts, 4,895 passing completions with a 16.3% completion percentage.
Right. Okay.
TD to interception, 366 touchdowns to 244 interceptions.
That's horrible. Man, that's not a great ratio.
This man is going to the Hall of Fame, whether y'all like it or not.
I don't like it if it happens. And I'm not being a hater, Jay Styles, if you watch this show. I'm not being a hater. I'm just calling it how it is, dog. As soon as somebody gonna tell me Dak gonna get in the Hall of Fame too.
Well, I mean, shit. Dak gotta win, though, man. Dak gotta win. Dak has to win.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to get out there first round. Eli's stats don't garner first round.
Thank you, Wally. His stats.
I feel you. I'm telling y'all, I feel you. I agree with y'all.
Mediocre stats.
110%. I agree with y'all 110%.
Think about that run-heavy team that he led to a Super Bowl, man, and that great defense.
Guys, I agree with you, but I'm just saying. Because
I know, man.
Man,
I don't want to shoot the messenger, Reed. I'm not mad at you, bro, Ham. Trust me. I'm just saying. Like, some stuff happens, and I just scratch my head.
Rondé Barber deserves it.
I mean, now, I heard somebody hit me up the other day. They was like, "Big game, man. Your boy got in the Hall of Fame." He said somebody else got in that didn't deserve it though from your team, and I had to start thinking. And he said John Lynch didn't deserve it, and I had to shut that conversation down. I had to shut it down. Other man, you smoke. That was one of the baddest boys at the safety position. Yeah, man. I mean, but
John Lynch was a bad man.
Yeah. For sure.
John Lynch was cold.
Hands down, one of the best to do it. But it happened. Everybody talk about it.
Not even to be in a racist type of tip, but it's not too many guys. And John Lynch plays safety, right?
Yep.
See, it's not too many white boy safeties that can hold that position down like that. You know what I'm saying? I think the last one before him, I think that was Jason Sehorn.
And Jason Sehorn was a corner for most of his career, and they moved into safety late.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for what John Lynch did with that team, with that Tampa team, that defense that you know about, you firsthand know about.
And they tried to make Adam Archuleta that guy too. Remember that?
Remember that name? Remember Adam Archuleta. Yeah.
And the dude right now from Minnesota Vikings, I can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name right now.
Needless to say, not to make it a race thing, man, but I like I said, I shut that conversation down. And just, I guess my point on that being is everyone's going to have an opinion on who they think should or shouldn't be in. I don't like I said, I don't like discounting people's careers and stats on what they gained and what they did. It's not like I got the greatest stats in the world to go with my body of work of what I knew I put in and the different, outcomes you have on plays. You can be a factor in a lot of different ways, and the stats don't always show that. So, I ain't trying to trash nobody and talk down on nobody about stuff, but some things aren't warranted. Like the gold jacket is a big deal. And it should be. It's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be something that's easy for anybody to just obtain and get. And if it was, it wouldn't be special. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be that great of an honor if they just gave it out so easily. So I think that, you got to be a little bit critical and have an opinion on people getting that honor of being selected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
That I do agree with. I think over the years, they have kind of pushed some people in or just put some people in there, I guess just by name or whatnot. Um, I think we can all say that there may be a couple of people that we may feel necessarily shouldn't have made it, but they're in there.
Yeah.
Um, and again, we all have our own opinions, but just like you, I don't want to discredit anybody's ability or anything that they did on the field because y'all played at the maximum level. You played at the highest stage. You garnered your stats the way that you did. Whether you won championships, whether you scored your touchdowns, whatever you did,
Right.
you put that work in. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And the fact that you got recognized by everybody, the reporters, all the NFL heads and all of that stuff, for them
Yeah.
to acknowledge you guys and to put you and enshrine you into that special that special ceremonial thing, which is that Hall of Fame, man. I mean, that can't never be taken away.
Right.
So
Right.
I give respect to each and every person who's in there, whether I feel like they deserve it or not. I give respect to every single person that's in there. So I never want to take that away from anybody. I think that's wonderful, man. I really, really do think it's wonderful, especially with this class: Rondé Barber, Darrell Reeves, Ken Riley, Joe Thomas, Zach Thomas, DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware, he made it.
Hey man, DeMarcus Ware was one of my favorite players of all time.
Oh, really?
And I say that being older than him. It's not like I grew up watching him. I started really enjoying his game after getting in, after leaving the league and just still watching the game of football. And his whole approach to the game and him, saying why he wanted to be better and wanted to do things and get things done, and his mom having to work in the cafeteria to help support him and take care of him. It's nothing but love for people like that really seize the moment and take advantage of every opportunity they get and never look back. And that's what DeMarcus Ware did. And that's why I feel like it's okay to joke and tease on his national anthem performance because we know he's not no
It is
singer.
political, Wallace.
Oh
It
man,
is
Wallace is
political.
political big time. And it's
It is
simply
political.
because, not to get off track, but a point I was gonna make a few minutes ago. Why in the hell does Drew Pearson take so long to get in the hall? And it wasn't even until they came up with like the little legacy thing to get him in. Like Drew Pearson should have been in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? And to get in as late as he did. What's the name? Andre Reed, the receiver from the Buffalo Bills. Did he ever get in or is he
Yeah.
still waiting? He got passed over so many times, and I was like, this is bull.
I want to
Like,
say he eventually got in.
I
I
think he
want to
finally
say
got in, man. But just what some of these guys got to go through, man, it's not right. Just think about I don't think a guy is that good. If he's that good, you gotta wait that long, and then they end up dying, not even getting a chance to enjoy the moment. That
yeah.
sucks.
I don't want to discredit the Drew Pearson thing.
You ain't feeling that one, Reed?
I don't want to discredit that one. I think Drew Pearson deserves it. I think he deserves it. I do think that how it how it came about was kind of messed up. Um, I swear it had to be like at least 2 seasons. You know, excuse me, he was throwing parties and stuff like that, and you know, if I'm not mistaken, he was, you know, had all of his friends and family there, to be, to get that announcement that he was being a part of the Hall of Fame and stuff like that. And for a couple seasons, he didn't get it. Uh,
Yeah,
I know there were some tears shed
a lot of
out of
tears.
that. But he did eventually get in. Um, so congratulations, Drew Pearson. Legendary Cowboy. Um, but yeah, definitely, Wallace. I do agree with you. Very political in a lot of sense. But to what you were saying, man, yeah, we can always have fun with this. We can have fun. DeMarcus Ware did sing the national anthem. Uh, a lot of people have watched it. What was your take on it, bro?
I mean,
I'm
and the
not
reason,
laughing like it was bad, bro. I'm not.
no, that's the same thing with me. Like, I'm not laughing about it being bad. It's just everyone's reaction to me was so funny, Reed, because first and foremost, we watching the game and they said National anthem will be sung by Hall of Fame inductee DeMarcus Ware. And then, like my wife, somebody was over in my house like, they just say DeMarcus Ware singing? I said, yeah, I think they did say that. In my mind, I was like, can he sing?
I
And
think we all said that.
Right. And so he does it. And then my face was just like, and I made a face and I'm looking like, that wasn't horrible, but it sounded like a little cartoonish with the piano, like the way they had the piano playing reeds. So it was hard for me to take it serious. And like, I don't think it wasn't the worst. And then no worse than Roseanne Barr, singing in Major League Baseball and stuff, right? Like,
or Carl Lewis has
Carl Lewis, Mark Jackson wife, but it was still like, it just made me make a face, dog. Like I said, not a good or a bad way, man.
Could they have found somebody to sing it? I'm sure they could have.
Oh, yeah. But he said he did it for Demarcus Thomas, the wide receiver from Denver, his old teammate that passed away. He really wanted to do it for him because they used to stand next to each other on the sideline when he was in Denver doing, for the national anthem. And it was a bit of a tribute to him. So, okay, I get that. The NFL, one of my boys said, man, that's some bull. They know that boy couldn't sing. They were just being cheap. And I was like, it's not even about that. I think it was a moment, and I think this is something he asked to do, and the NFL granted him that wish. I don't think they were trying to save money. I don't think they were trying to be cheap. Yes, they could have found someone else to do it, but I think because of the situation and the circumstance, they did this for DeMarcus Ware to let him pay homage to, his homeboy that passed away at a young age.
No, facts. So I mean, you respect it, man. You respect it. You definitely respect it. So hey, look, football season is officially here. We got preseason games that'll be coming up, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm rooting for Cincinnati all day.
You saying that, I got to ask you a question, Reed.
Go.
How scared were you when Joe Burrow got carted off the field that first night of practice with the Cats?
Somewhat scared, but for me, I have to understand the whole magnitude of the injury before I jump into.
Before you freak out too much.
Yeah, before I jump into them scary waters. You know what I'm saying?
What made me think of Kevin Durant when he popped that calf from Golden State. For some reason, I was like, please, Lord, don't be bad. And I don't think it will be. They said it's just a strain and everything should be fine, but we'll see. Because there's already been some significant injuries. Jalen Ramsey's gonna miss a couple weeks of the season when it starts. And someone else just lost a linebacker last week for the entire season with an Achilles. So it happens. I hate that it happens. And it sounds cliche. We say, hey, injuries are part of the game. They are. I mean, they are. It happens. You hate to see it happen, and you just wish for a speedy recovery with everybody when things do happen, man.
I'm not gonna see. I would ask you pre, I would ask you pre-football season, who your picks are, but we're gonna wait. You're gonna wait. It's preseason, man.
I have a better idea in about a couple weeks.
Yeah.
By the time we get to our last preseason game, we could talk about, we can start digging into who got what, who gonna do what, and who gonna win the division.
Something else that happened last week, and I wanted to touch this off of you, man. Singer Lizzo made some news.
Man,
I don't know how heavy these allegations may be. I've kind of been talking to my old lady about it. Shout out to you, baby.
You need to school me on this because I heard, but I want you to break it down to me, bro, so I can have a better idea what the deal is.
As far as I've learned from what I've researched and looked up, so apparently that she is getting sued by her dancers,
right,
for sexual harassment.
Oh, sexual! Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Sexual misconduct within the workplace, body shaming, all the making it very uncomfortable work environment. Pretty much in the whole cliche of it's very very uncomfortable work environment.
Okay.
Um, uh, and I mean you can look it up yourself, man. They were saying things of them going to strip clubs and Lizzo was wanting them to do things and they were refusing to do it. Just all sorts of weird stuff. But the body shaming stuff kind of caught my attention, and I was just like, how, how?
Right.
Um, not to
Go
how,
ahead. Say what I'm thinking because I see it on your face.
how could there be body shaming in this particular instance? We know that Lizzo is a big girl. If you pay attention to her dancers, they are big girls.
And
So where is
she,
the body shaming coming?
now, Reed, she embodies and embraces the big girl, and to me, I'm not ashamed to say this. I've been to a Lizzo concert.
Okay.
My wife and I, one time in Vegas, New Year's Eve, we couldn't get in to see Bruno, and so we went and saw caught the Lizzo concert before her and her girls did Usher. That same trip while we were out there, whatever.
Right.
And Lizzo put on a damn good show, man, for everybody. And I was like, my wife looked at me and was like, I didn't know she was like the woman empowerment movement. Like everybody in there. Like, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Cause I know the show we get and what she probably does on the tour is two totally different things. But the whole time she was talking about embrace yourself,
Mm-hmm.
embrace your beauty, no matter what size you are, what color you are, love you for you. And she had
Right.
not trying to be funny and saying she had a bunch of big girls on the stage getting down. They was
Right. Right.
genuine.
Right.
And I was like, okay, cool. I see you, Lizzo, making everybody just believe in everybody. Let's go. And so when I heard these allegations, I was like, Lizzo just BSing us the whole goddamn time and treating these people like ish, or did those three girls that's coming out on Good Morning America really get caught being reckless, doing something they weren't supposed to be doing, and got terminated because of it? It's just like he said, she said, we don't know.
And that's the thing that boggles my mind, because I agree with you. She has been a front runner of this movement of women empowerment, loving yourself for your size and everything like this. So it's kind of hard for me to hear these allegations of her shaming, girls that are quite frankly her size. I mean, let's just
Right,
be real.
right.
Um, I did see a post, man. I did see a post on Twitter, and somebody had said that we have to start we have to start being more real in this society. Now,
People can't
it,
handle real Reed. They
but
can't
but
handle real.
and I feel you, but the post it mentioned, like, we have to get rid of we have to call the kettle black. We have to call the truth the truth. We have to get rid of certain phrases to sugarcoat things like the plus signs. Get rid of these type of phrases. Let it be known that
Okay,
it is what it is. That it's not necessarily it's cool to embrace it, but it's still being overweight. It's still heavy set. It's still obese. This and that and the third.
right.
You
Okay.
know, of course, I was always told, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Um, I believe that there are levels. I believe you have women that are big. I believe you have women that are thick. I believe you have women that are obese, and so on and so forth. And it goes for men too. So
Right, right,
I just don't want to just sit there and just say, for women and whatnot.
right.
Um, how real can we be when it comes to these kind of things, man? Like the whole body shaming shit is just it's just crazy, man.
Man, Reed, with this new cancel culture, you can't say nothing about nobody now. Everybody takes stuff the wrong way and they get ready to try to just eliminate you from existing because you speak your opinion. And just because it's my opinion, I'm not saying that's my truth, right? Like,
Right.
I should be entitled to my opinion. And if you don't like my opinion, you don't have to listen to me, follow me, or you don't have to agree with me. And if I say something offensive to someone, I can apologize. But damn, I'm supposed to never get a chance again at all because I said something that
Yeah.
one group of people didn't really like. It's like we're too quick now. That's just like giving out all the participation trophies to the kids that play a sport. It's the same kind of thing. Like, okay, you don't like how they made you feel. We're gonna punish them for it.
Yeah.
And just don't think it's right. Like, I don't know what goes on. People call people everything, all kind of names. Look, at the end of the day, if you love yourself, care about yourself, and you can vibe with you should not give a damn what everybody else thinks. And that's the whole thing, man. We give into that, or it's the pressure of the social media, it's the pressure of the internet, it's the pressure of trying to impress people. And if you like you and love you, man, the hell with what everybody else think.
But Big Game, is it not the pressure though? Is it not the pressure?
It is, I mean, I'm not saying
Is
the
it is
pressure's
is
not
is it
real,
not
Ray.
is it not necessarily the pressure that makes us kind of somewhat deaden the things that we really want to say or the words that we really want to say?
No, you
Because I
dead
can
on.
I can admit we keep it 100 as much as we possibly can on this show, on all of these shows here on the BGSC
Right.
network, But I can admit that there's been some times on my show where I have to kind of just back away.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel where you're coming from. It's just
You
like
see what I'm saying? Because of that
it's
cancel culture crap. You know what I'm saying? I
there it
don't
is.
want it to affect me and everybody
Right,
else. You
right,
see?
right. And that's the thing. You can't truly be yourself because you're afraid of what you're gonna say and it might cancel you. And there's pressure to not offend people. It shouldn't be like that, but it
It
is.
should. It
It should
should.
not.
It should. But that is what it is.
Shout out to Lizzo. Like I said, as
Shut
far as I
up.
know, Lizzo's empowered people, man. I don't know, man. Like I said, she ain't did nothing to me. I know it was a good ass when she pulled her big ass pulled that flute out. It was the bomb.
Yeah, I'm saying that do that flute on the stage thing. Look, I hope and pray that the allegations aren't this crazy. It really sounds to me way out of left field because I don't know why she would be body shaming somebody of the same
Right.
particular stature and whatnot. But I mean, you never know how it goes in this society, especially Hollywood wise. They just do a lot of weird things. But y'all know how y'all do.
About damn time. So you gonna have me up here singing Lizzo the rest of the night.
So, Big Game, did you see any of this footage of that brawl, the riverboat
No,
brawl?
I just got a hold of that today. Someone just came because I was like, what's up with all these chairs on the internet? And then so one of my boys was like, hey man, you see the brawl? I said the brawl. He said, yeah, the race war. I said, and I didn't know, right, Reed? I said, the race war? What you talking about? He said, yeah, in Alabama, man, it was damn near a race war. These 5 white dudes jumped this black dude, on his job, and then it was just a big old race riot. And I saw the footage, and you know, they was trying to take it down off the internet, man, and I was just dumbfounded for a while. Like I had no idea what to say about what was going on, but at the end of the day, some people think they're more privileged than others and can just do what the hell they want to do.
Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. At the end of the day,
That's all that
at the
was.
end of the day, you're damn right. At the end of the day, what happened was fucking warranted.
No, hey.
No, I'm gonna say
it. But I'm just gonna ask. You can smile, shake your head, wink your eye, touch your nose. Did they get what they deserved?
I believe it was warranted.
Even with the
Now, okay. I know.
brother with the chair was a little too far, but
Okay, that was a little excessive, especially when he hit the woman with it. Like it wasn't
right.
WWF, bro. This ain't WWE and all this.
He looked like Ric Flair, dog.
Yes, man. Yes, man. That was one of them. That was one of the perfect headshots, too. Okay, Now, let me go on record, people. I'm not no racist or nothing like that.
Right.
I'm not gonna put that out there. I don't believe in race wars and anything like that. You have to understand it is a difference in the culture that we have. Okay. When a black person sees another black person getting jumped, and it just so happened to be Caucasian white people at this point in time, but it could have been
Right.
people of any kind of other, you know what I'm saying? It could have been any other race. But in this particular instance, I feel as if that they went over there to help the man out because what they saw was an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
Um,
He was on the ground, and the one little girl came in as soon as she got there. She kicked him as soon as she got there.
you know what I'm
I bet
saying?
the first time I had to catch that one on the news on the replay, and they slowed it down and zoomed in on it. I was like, oh damn, she ran over there and kicked him.
Big game. It's one thing for it to be a one-on-one. Everybody like,
Right.
okay, it's one-on-one, let them work it out.
Right.
But when the one-on-one becomes 3-on-1, becomes 6-on-1, becomes 8-on-1, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think any logical person is just gonna sit there and just watch that happen.
That's true. True. Very
You see
true.
what I'm saying? You're just not gonna sit there and just watch it happen. To me, I think the whole star of the whole brawl was homeboy that jumped in the water.
Hey man, that was crazy because the video I saw had the little red arrow come zoom in on him so you can see women to get over there. Reed, let me ask you this question. Like, I don't know the answer, but since we're talking about it, I'd like to get other opinions on it, man. Why is it that you could be this man at his job doing what he is supposed to be doing, can't do his job because you parked your boat illegally in a spot you weren't supposed to be in, yet you had the gall to haul off, hit him, and start a fight because you were wrong for parking your boat where it shouldn't have been, and mad because he untied it to move it out of the way of trying to get this ferry back up to the dock. Like, you really got the audacity to be like, you know what? You shouldn't have touched my stuff. I'm gonna fight your ass now.
And that's the
privilege.
thing. That's the thing. And it goes to say, yeah, that whether people want to believe this or not, what you saw in this video was an example of privilege. It was an example of white privilege. Because they felt that they could park there. They felt that they stuff shouldn't be touched. And of course, the man was there doing his job because he was trying to make room for the other boat to come in. You know what I'm saying? He was telling the people that they had to move, and they didn't want to move. Like you said, they illegally parked there.
The
Now,
boat was deserted. It was empty. They docked the boat and got out of it.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if he necessarily. I'm assuming that he necessarily talked with them, tried to reason with them, this, that, and the third. I don't think he just necessarily just went over there and just untied it, just out the blue. I feel like he did go over there and just try to reason with them, but they just didn't want to listen.
10
so I
feet,
guess
all they had to do was move their boat about 10 feet, probably. And I think all this could have been avoided.
It all could have been avoided. But sometimes there are instances where we have seen white privilege that comes out and about, and these become the ramifications. These become the incidents of violence and why these kind of things happen.
Reed, I
again.
gotta ask you, man. I'm gonna ask you.
Hmm.
You on that other boat, you stand at that dock. You see that brother, you see that young man, your old man, whoever, you see that brother get jumped. Are you jumping in?
Hell yeah.
Are you getting in?
Hell yeah.
And even like the first guy that came in, he didn't come in swinging, throwing no punches or nothing else. He was really trying to break it up. He did I commend him for holding his composure and keeping his cool for as long as he could, because he was in the middle of catching shots being thrown and was, clearly trying to just protect the man that was down on the ground getting kicked and punched.
And honestly, I think that would have been the first thing to just try to get them people off of him. Not throwing not swinging no punches, not throwing no kicks. Just trying to get, hey man, y'all get off the dude. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already an unfair fight. Y'all get off the
Right.
man, this and that and the third. But of course, look, if I'm over there doing that, man, and a punch comes my way and it connects, I'm sorry, big game. I'm
Well, now
I'm
you got to
like,
protect yourself. That's different. I understand that.
you
I ain't gonna
know,
lie, Reed. I felt sorry twice in this film. I don't mean to laugh because I swear it's not funny. But
it's funny.
I saw one woman slammed another woman. Somebody else got tackled into the water. But the one little white girl in the blue shirt, she caught one and she just folded like a sheet. I kind of felt bad when she comes like, boop, boop, she like she transformed into a blanket. I was like, oh God, that hurt. And then when the
Yeah,
lady got
man.
hit with the chair, I said, I know this brother was trying to jump in and help. I said, but he hit her like with something. It was personal. Like somebody must have called him
Yeah,
word back in the day or something. He just felt it.
yeah, man.
He had
Yeah.
that chair like,
He had to get arrested for that.
oh.
He had to get arrested for that one.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what
they
I'm
had to
saying?
press charges on him. And
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
had
trying
to
to be
get
funny.
arrested.
For the people that jumped in to help break up and de-escalate the situation, thank you. For the brother with the chair, if you haven't been arrested, just go ahead and turn yourself in because somebody's gonna tell them. You on
Yeah,
tape looking like Ric Flair back in the NWA wrestling days.
man, real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Again, homie that jumped in that water, I salute you because you swam from that boat all the way to that dock. Got out that water soaking
And
wet.
he was moving fast. He had some Michael Phelps strokes
Hey,
going on
man.
getting over there.
Hey, and y'all say black folks can't swim.
And look at
Y'all
this.
say we can't. Shit. Some of us can, goddamn it, I can too. I'm just saying. For him to do all that, he swam all the way over there, got out on the other side, pulled himself up soaking wet, and then went up to dude and gave him a rock bottom. Hey, I salute you, sir. I salute you. They been calling him the Black Aquaman, all sorts of things.
Black
All sorts.
Aquaman. Hey man, I wish I had it on this computer so I could put up while we while we talking. Have you seen the Good Times picture
Oh yes, man. They got
with the
the
chairs in
they
it?
got the chairs with it now.
Yeah.
Bro, bro,
I'm not laughing,
bro,
man. I'm not laughing.
bro.
But it's a bad situation, man, that was really it didn't even have to happen. That's the part. It didn't
Yeah,
happen.
it didn't. It didn't. But these kind of things do happen though. These kind
But
of things do happen.
you better be
Would you
careful.
would you have stepped in? Big game, if you saw that, would you have stepped in?
I feel like I would have had to. I feel like I would have had to because Reed, he was down on the ground. I swear it was 6 strong only while he was on the ground. I mean, that thing could have got bad and got ugly, man, with no help at all. And I ain't gonna lie to you, usually a lot of times, man, and people can take this how they want. If Big Gang see some stuff going on in the streets, if it ain't no women and no babies getting hurt, I'll sit back on I will watch it, mind my business. Cause I was with one of my boy one time. We ran up trying to help somebody, and the dude said, "Hey, this ain't what you want." He pulled his shirt up. We said, "Nah, you right. This ain't what we want. I'm gonna go call some help. That's what they get paid for." But and that, yeah, you're right. That's not what I want. But in certain situations, in this situation, man, it could have come out very bad for that brother if no one would have jumped in. So I feel like I would have had to jump in on that. Honest, I mean, I felt like I had to step in and stop that. And it give me a chance to work and throw them old football moves, man.
Oh yeah, swim moves and all that. Yeah, man. Yeah. I
No.
think I'm always one to say that you got to pick and choose your battles. You have to pick and choose your battles.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
You
you
know,
do.
you don't jump into anything. You can't just jump into everything. Um, but again, I do feel like there was one. And if I'm not mistaken, they saying that dude was like 65 or something like that.
The brother that jumped was that old, 65?
Yeah, because
It
because
was an employee.
one of those guys that got beat, one of the white guys that got beat, he came out with a TikTok and he was like, man, he's like, I didn't know that 65-year-old man had hands like that. I mean, both his eyes was black, he had stuff up his nose. He was like, bro, I didn't know he had hands like that. So
Damn.
apparently, and especially, I mean, If he was an older guy too, man, like yeah, bro, yeah, yeah.
And the brother just working. He wasn't stealing your stuff. He wasn't messing with it. He working. He trying to do his job, and he can't do his job because you chose not to follow rules and park where you wanted to park, and then get mad about it and get violent. That's the part that got me.
Yeah. I don't feel that it was warranted for them to get to that extreme. They could have simply came over there, just talked with him, say, "Hey man, hey man, I just need y'all to move so this fair can come over here and park. Y'all just go ahead and get your boat and just move." Like you said, it could have been 10 feet that they just moved real quick, and it'd be done, no issues. Um, but these kind of situations do happen. But people, you have to realize the error of your ways. Sometimes the consequences, the things that you bring about, can have some dire consequences, which can end up getting your ass whooped. You know, so
Man,
just the nature of the game, man. Nature of the game. But it is
boy,
what it is.
boy, man. Keeping it real goes wrong, Reed. It went
For
wrong that
real
day.
though, bro. For
Wrong,
real,
bro.
bro. For real. For real. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness, man. Anything else, the big game that you got on your
Hey,
body?
we up here talking about fights. Did you see the baseball fight?
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
Hey, hey,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think in baseball they fight so much where they usually get a couple punches off and then the teammate come get in the middle of it and break it up. But on this one, he thought he really wanted to throw them hands and didn't know he was gonna get caught with that thing on his jaw like that and went to sleep, man. Boy,
They had a still picture of a homeboy. Like he had the stance. He had the stance like he was about to do something, but homeboy came with that right and connected perfect.
boy.
Connected perfect. I haven't seen a hit like this since what's your boy Odor hit Batista. Odor for the Rangers hit Batista
Ooh.
that year.
Oh, but was that a boy from Toronto?
Yes.
Hey man, that was
Yes.
solid chin check right there.
That was a solid
Solid chin check.
hands
Boy,
down,
yeah.
dog. Hands down. That was one
Boy,
of the
but
best
nah,
ones
man,
I've ever seen.
the Hall of Fame induction again, big up to everybody going into the hall. The baseball fight, that was hilarious. Um, okay, I do want to say this, and I don't even like talking about this dude, but why are people still paying to watch Jake Paul fight? Did you see him and Nate Diaz, man?
Oh no, I didn't watch that stupid crap, man.
Hey man, can I tell I am mad. I wasted my time watching that. It's like, okay, this dude wants to be a boxer, but he keeps fighting MMA fighters.
Yeah,
Come on.
man. Yeah. I can't. That's why I can't take it serious for one because he's not boxing real people. The last boxer that he fought, which was Tommy Fury, he lost.
Yeah.
So he goes back to fighting MMA fighters, which these guys they don't box. They're MMA fighters.
Man,
So
Nate
you're
Diaz
already putting them at
whole
a
10 rounds with him and couldn't box for nothing.
you're already putting them at a disadvantage, bro. It's
Man,
already an unfair disadvantage. And how can you strut around and sit there and act like you are that great of a boxer and you can't even, I mean, you won't even box
right,
legit guys who are in there boxing, the
right.
WBO, IBF people. If you're really trying to prove yourself as a boxer, why don't you box? Real life boxers. You know,
It's ridiculous.
granted, business wise, smart guy, knows how to
Oh,
put
he's
things
great
together.
again. This paper, man. It's not even talking about that, but it's just like when at some point in time is someone gonna call? I mean, I don't know, dog. I don't even know if I want to use call him out, but it's just like
People have been calling him out, but I mean, he's still doing what he does, and for even to see older boxers still giving him his kudos for that's not even respecting the sport, in my opinion.
I
It's
got
not
you.
respecting the sport, you know. So I don't give him any attention
Okay.
necessarily. To watch anything that he does, any one of his fights, is kind of a waste of time because I'm honestly sitting there hoping that this MMA fight or whoever he's going to fight, I'm hoping that they lay his ass out, but it never happens. Um, but again, it's a disadvantage from the jump, you know.
And
So
I
what's
think that's why I watched it, Reed. I think I was hoping Nate Diaz could hit him and put a paw on him and knock his ass out. And it didn't happen. But I just at some point in time, because of we get on here and we talk about the work of Bud Crawford against Errol Spence Jr. and the body of work that was and those two fighters. And, you got to follow them with some BS like this. And not like I didn't have to watch it. I know that. So I don't blame nobody but myself for actually tuning into it. I didn't pay for it, but I watched it. You know what I'm saying?
right?
And it's just like it does a disservice to the sport of boxing. It's
It
a
does.
disservice
It
for
does.
Jake Paul to call himself a fighter. You are entertaining for your fan base, but fighter, nah.
You fight YouTube people. You fight MMA fight retired MMA fighters, MMA fighters that are past their prime. You know, I don't see you going into the octagon.
Woo! Man, he couldn't. He knows he could.
You see what I'm saying? I don't see you
Yeah.
going into their realm, but you
That's
bring
a
them
great
inside
point,
of
Reed.
your realm to get you an easy win. And like to me, like I don't consider none of these. I wouldn't even put these in a record. These wouldn't even be considered record. You know what I'm saying? Like record wise. You
Right.
know, to me, oh hell no, hell no. I wouldn't do that.
Reed said,
I
hell
wouldn't.
no, hell no.
Fuck no. Fuck no. It's entertaining at their exhibition fights, bro. Exhibition fights at the most. You know, um, until he until he can get in to a particular weight class, welterweight, whatever, lightweight, whatever it is, sugar weight. Shit.
Sugar weight.
Until he can get himself in one of those classes and he can actually find him a actual boxer who has been boxing for a while.
Yeah.
And he can literally say, okay, let's get this fight going. Because I've even heard him talking about he sees himself being a world champ. Nigga, how are you gonna be a world champ if you don't box?
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah. You know, no makeup bullshit belts. You know, no makeup, no belts that nobody's heard of. You know, go out there and fight for a WBO.
Right.
Fight for a WBA. Fight for an IBF.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Get yourself up in the rankings. Prove to everybody that you are who you say you are. Because right now you're flimsy. You're flimsy as hell. I really believe he get in the ring with a real boxer. One hit's gonna lay his ass out.
He's not gonna do that because it's gonna turn. He said he wanted to. It wasn't Fury. Who beat him?
Yeah, it was Tommy Fury.
You're Tommy Fury. He wants the rematch. He said I want to run it back with Tommy Fury.
I think Fury beats him again.
Yeah, I don't think Fury would waste his time with that.
I don't think he would either though. I don't think he would either. But he needs to fight a real boxer, in my opinion. Just square biz. Just stop this bullshit out.
Yeah.
You are not that great. So leave that shit for the bees, brother. It is what it is, people. MCX Radio, BGSC Network, a Read Big Game. I appreciate you guys for always tuning in. Thank you. Appreciate you, Wallace, for joining us, man. Giving your comments, all of that good stuff. And I always leave y'all, man, if you guys suffer from anything mental health wise, please make sure you guys go out there and get you some help. It's always good to have somebody there to help you. Remember, like I said on the last show, friends may tell you what you want to hear, but you might need somebody out there to tell you what you need to hear. So go out there and get that help. Most definitely. There's the number. Y'all know how we do it. We'll be back next Monday. I myself for sure be here next Monday. I don't know the big game. I know he's got his schedule going and stuff like that. But you know, the show will keep rolling.
Mhm.
Y'all know Chop Shop will be coming back here very soon. Please continue to watch the network, BGSC Network, Two Birds, One Show, Blur the Twos. Like I said, Chop Shop, Big Game Sports Buzz, Cowboys Cutting Up, all that good stuff. Man, we
All
doing
that.
some numbers. Appreciate everybody that has been tuning in, liking, subscribing, hitting the bell. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. We love you. We thank God for y'all. And y'all keep it 100, man. So till next time, I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.
Cruising in a Rari with the hair and nails and toes done. Always keep it stylish. Never gonna give me.
Gonna make a lot of women mad at this one, but it's alright.
Gonna get a shot at romance. It's kinda too cold.
Yeah.
I'm ice cold.